Hey, how are you? If you run any sort of Amazon ads, you might be familiar with this. This is the Campaign Manager. This is where it all goes down, where if you're advertising your physical product online, you can increase your sales. I have seen $1 million months on this screen, this exact screen, right? My name's Pat. I work at Asteroid X. We spend about $13 million a year on Amazon ads, and I'm sharing those lessons here online for free and for fun. So let's get into it. Today I want to talk about search term reports, which, although this gives you a lot of good high-level information, the search term reports is actually what does the work and actually what increases your revenue over time for Amazon ads. So, on this Campaign Manager, we've got a lot of good high-level stuff. We've got how much you've spent on ads for the time period, the sales that have come back as a result of that, your click-through rate, your clicks themselves, the impressions. That is the war that's going on, but it doesn't tell you much about each individual battle. And this war is won and lost on battles. Those individual battles are keywords, right? Where are you ranking for that keyword in terms of advertising? Is it converting for you? And all that stuff, all that individual keyword data gets pooled and sent here. So this is a good top-level view, but what I wanted to do in this video was go a layer deeper and go to the search term report level. So I'll show you how to get there, and I'll show you what to look at because it's a little bit confusing if you're seeing this for the first time. So let's get into it. We'll do it together right here, right now. Okay, so from the Campaign Manager, we're here. And essentially what we want to do is just go over to the left-hand side, measurement and reporting, and then reports. And then you'll see a create report button. If you're watching this in the future, after 2022, and the UI has changed, it's, but they'll always have this, some form of this, right? You'll want to look at the sponsored products report. If you're running sponsored brands as well, you have to do this exercise, but for the sponsored brands separately, but let's say sponsored products for now. The report period, again, at the time of recording, it is Q4 2022. They do not allow more than 60 days of data to be exported. So just as a piece of hygiene, make sure that you're exporting this every 60 days and saving the document somewhere so that you have access to your historical ads data. Otherwise, it just goes into the oblivion, into the abyss, not to be accessed again. So, and then you're just going to hit run report. All right? So you're going to run a report. And then as a result of that, it may take a few minutes, depending if it's a busy account, it will take a while. But then you'll get a spreadsheet. Just download the spreadsheet and put it into your favorite spreadsheet software of choice. I like Google Sheets personally. You can you can leave your opinion in the comments. But you'll get a sheet, and it looks like this, right? And you'll see so much data, right? More than you need, right? If the Campaign Manager was too simple, this is in fact at times too complicated, or so it would appear. I'm going to simplify it for you and show you exactly what you need to look at to cut through the noise. Right? So the first thing is you really just want to look and find a column called 7-day total sales. That's the revenue for the time period. Right? It's called 7-day total sales, but this is really, it'll show you the total sales for the product in the time period that you exported the report for. So just ignore the 7, right? And you're just going to want to sort by descending by this column, right? This is what I like to do to just cut through the noise and just figure out what matters, what actually matters, right? So if you have the document sorted now by 7-day total sales from largest to smallest, you now have at the top of the document in the second row your number one search term for ads for this period. And the reason why this is so powerful is because you have the number one producer, let's say, on the advertising side for you now. You can see, if it's an ASIN, then you could be inspired to put this into product targeting and really emphasize it, right? If it's a keyword, you know now for sure that you should have that keyword in your manual campaigns and just boosting it up, right? The general philosophy here, to perhaps oversimplify it, but this is the sort of the meat of the matter, is that you would want to run automatic campaigns, which allows Amazon to put your ads in a ton of places. Let those run for a week or two. Right? I'd say like 10 to 14 days is fine, as long as the spend is not like hurting you too much. Then download the search term report, like we just went through together. Sort it by 7-day total sales, and you'll see all the stuff that's working. All that stuff is your go-to stuff at the top of this document once you've sorted by 7-day total sales. And then you can take that stuff that worked in the auto campaign and transpose it into manual campaigns. So you can still keep running it in the autos. There's no real harm in that, but you might want to bid a little bit higher in the manuals. And those are the terms that you can go after with conviction. So that's really how you grow an account in terms of revenue, right? On the flip side, though, you will notice if you're still sorted by 7-day total sales and you go scroll down the document, eventually you'll hit a point where these search terms in each of their individual rows cease to produce any sales from you at all, right? They were non-productive terms. They spent money, but they did not return revenue. And depending on how much spend that was, you're really going to have to make a decision. So we just talked about how to grow the stuff that's working, but it's also your responsibility after having the search term report to cut the stuff that's not working, to cut your losers down, right? So if those are ASINs, you can negate those. If those are keywords, you can negate those. Or bid down on them, right? If you have a keyword that you absolutely can't stand to totally wipe out of the ad account, and we all have keywords like that, you might just want to bid lower on it so that your clicks cost less, so that maybe you convert over time, right? But some things, I'll give you an example, right? In this sheet, we had 48 clicks for a term, right? And if you know that your general conversion rate on this product is like, 1 in 10, which is like, that's a little bit of a shaky conversion rate, but say we convert 1 in 10, right? We had 48 people click and look at this listing, and none of them bought, right? And we spent $26. So it's probably time to retire that term, right? And once you do, and you do this for a bunch of terms that were non-productive, you will find that your ACOS goes down over time because you're simply not spending in the same way on these terms. It gets leaner, it gets more efficient. And also, at the same time, you're at the top of the document, emphasizing and amplifying those terms that were working. So you're succeeding from both sides, basically. And that is essentially the thought process, the general overview of how to use a search term report. You'll notice that there's so many columns in here I didn't really go into. If folks want a more in-depth search term report walkthrough, just leave a comment. But that's really the basics. And if you're just getting started, this is really all you need to know in terms of the STR and its analysis. If you want a list of protocols, systems, just processes that 7- and 8-figure sellers know, but that 6-figure sellers get wrong or they fumble, I did a study and I put them all in a 40-page book. It's at asteroidx.com, that's my company, asteroidx.com/action-plan. It's totally free, and it'll just ask for an email to send it to. So until next time, hope you're doing well, and